Hello, everybody. Well, tomorrow is Halloween, so today I'm going to sing you a scary song in honor of the occasion. This is a song that was written back in the 1930s, but I first heard it when the Kingston Trio put it out on a record around 1960. I've always loved this song, and I think it's appropriate for the occasion. It's called With Her Head Tucked Underneath Her Arm. Well, in the Tower of London, large as life, the ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, they declare. Poor Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, until he made the headsman bob her hair. Oh yes, he did her wrong long years ago, and she comes up at night to tell him so. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. She comes to haunt King Henry, she means giving him what for. Gadzooks, she's gonna tell him off for having spilled her gore, and just in case the headsman wants to give her an encore, she has her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. Along the drafty corridors for miles and miles she goes. She often catches cold, poor thing, it's cold there when it blows. And it's awfully awkward for the queen when she has to blow her nose. With her head tucked underneath her arm. Sometimes gay King Henry gives a spread for all his gals and pals, a ghostly crew. The headsman carves the joint and cuts the bread. Then in comes Anne Boleyn to queer the do. She holds her head up with a wild war whoop, and then Henry cries, "Don't drop it in the soup." With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. The sentries think that it's a football that she carries in, and when they've had a few, they say, "Is Arsenal going to win?" They think it's Alec James instead of poor old Anne Boleyn. With her head tucked underneath her arm. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. One night she caught King Henry, he was in the canteen bar. Said he, "Are you Jane Seymour, Anne Boleyn, or Catherine Parr? For how the sweet Sandbury Anne do I know who you are? With your head tucked underneath your arm." Happy Halloween, everyone. Woo.